This Thanksgiving, you may be thinking of ways to give. While food donations are definitely important this time of year, there are also those in need of blood. There is still a critical ongoing need for blood donations. The American Red Cross is encouraging African Americans to donate because it can save lives, especially those with sickle cell disease, a health condition that one Brooklyn Park man says carries with it unfair biases and prejudices as it affects communities that face barriers to health care, leaving some without proper care and medication.
We have to address systemic racism in the medical profession and hospitals that sometimes treat patients of sickle cell in a very negative way.
We dive further into the need for more African American blood donors this holiday season. CCX News reporter Nina Bupasavan has more on the man who has a love for advocacy and equity birthed through his daughter who has sickle cell disease.
Trusted messengers are so important. Just saying the Red Cross is coming and give blood doesn't work in my community. It may not work in the Asian community, Latino community as well. With the African American community, we've had things like the Tuskegee experiment. We've had a mistrust of health care, which blood donation would fall into.
James C. Burroughs II is a leader in the health community, working to bridge gaps and inspire action. He also has sickle cell trait, an unknowing that led him down a painful path with his now 9-year-old daughter, Teresa.
It's like a piercing pain. It's a pain that affects her walking. It affects her doing gymnastics. It affects her doing things that a normal kid would do.
Born with sickle cell anemia, Teresa spent 66 days in the hospital when she was born.
She would wake up consistently with pain in her legs and also her arms. When you have sickle cell, those cells end up in a sickle shape, so they get stuck. They get stuck by trying to flow through your blood system, and when they get stuck, they injure things that need oxygen.
There is still no cure for the inherited red blood cell disorder that disproportionately affects African Americans, but patients often require blood transfusions for treatment, and donations from the same race and blood type have a unique ability to help patients fighting the disease.
This is what I have to do. I have to do blood drives with Teresa and myself to make sure people from our community want to give blood.
Burroughs brings people out to donate by going to community members, creating a space of inclusion and trust.
The more people know about it, you can then have conversations that are just not isolated to one group. You're talking about how this impacts the community and how we all need each other to support this work in order for it to get better.
Nina Bupasavan, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.